ready to go.
Okay. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. And for you new people out there, go ahead and subscribe. It's free, and we really do appreciate it. Today we're going to do a test for cleaning a gas tank. Now, a few months back, I did a video on cleaning a gas tank using vinegar. And the vinegar worked really good. It cleans that gas tank up great. But I've had a couple of people mention along the way, no, you did it wrong. You should have used 30% vinegar that you buy at a hardware store. And I thought to myself, you know, regular store vinegar is much cheaper and it works great. So why bother going over to this 30% vinegar? But since they insisted, we're going to do an experiment today. The only ingredients I need for this are a rusty gas tank and some vinegar. And lucky for us, I've got a sacrificial gas tank right here. And I've got 30% vinegar, store brand cleaning vinegar, store brand cleaning vinegar, and the regular old vinegar that we used before. So what we're going to do in order to show the results is I'm going to cut this tank up into 3 pieces. Then we're going to fill these up with vinegar and put 1 piece of the gas tank in each one. So we're using the same exact gas tank with the 3 different vinegars, and we're going to see what the results are. So the 3 factors that I can see in this are how fast does it work, how well does it work, and does it damage the gas tank? Now, if you've got a really old gas tank, if it's 30 or 40 years old and it's been sitting with rust for a really long time, there's a possibility that you can have pinhole leaks and the rust is just simply covering the leak. So when you clean the rust off, your tank leaks. That's outside the scope of this video. If your tank is that badly damaged, it's definitely time for a new tank because 1 pinhole means that you've got weak spots all over the tank and it's probably not savable. Now you got to keep in mind when you do this, if you're doing it with your gas tank at home, that it's a sealed tank and it's going to have sludge in the bottom, you know, old fuel and, you know, whatever grass or whatever whatnot's gotten in that tank over the years. So you're going to have to probably do it 2 or 3 times in order to get really great results. First thing we're going to have to do is cut that gas tank into bite-sized pieces. I took a look at this gas tank earlier and it looks like the very worst part of the gas tank is this end. The end farthest away from the cap, of course. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut it here, and we're going to slice it here and here, so we've got 3 pieces to work with. Now they're not all going to be corner pieces, but that's okay. And remember to wear safety glasses and gloves and everything when you do something like this. And that's what the inside of your gas tank looks like after a few years of just sitting there. Okay, that was a comedy. But now we've got 3 pieces of rusty gas tank. And this one's obviously the worst of the bunch. So we're going to give the regular vinegar to this one. We'll put the cleaning vinegar on this one. And we'll put the 30% vinegar on this one. Let's see what happens. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is mark our cups. That's supposed to be a 2. And then we'll mark our bottles. That way, you can see there's no cheating later. So we'll start with number 3. And this is what everybody suggested I should be using. And I'm sure they're right. I have a feeling it's going to do a good job cleaning. But this little bottle of 30% vinegar costs $10 at Walmart, the cheapest place I could find it. You know, and God knows what it costs at the hardware store, but if you had a whole gallon, it'd probably be 20 bucks. Okay, that should do it. We'll put you to the side. Now let's grab number 2 and do the same thing with him. Yeah, I think we overfilled number 2 just a little bit, but that's okay. And now we'll grab the one that makes your house smell like a restaurant. Plain old distilled vinegar. Okay, let's put a little bit more in number 3. So they all have pretty much an equal amount. Now for cleaning your tank, you know, we put BBs inside it, or whatever you have, in order to shake all the stuff loose. But in this case, we're not going to do that. We're just going to let it sit. See, we got a little bit of junk built up in the corner here. Now I just scratched that with my fingernail, and you can see it tried to cut through it. But if this is inside your gas tank, you can't do that, so we're not going to clean them first. So which one's number 1? Number 1 is our normal vinegar. That's our house vinegar. Number 2 is our cleaning vinegar. Number 3 is our 30%. Now the cleaning vinegar costs the same as the regular vinegar. So if it makes a difference, it will be worth getting. So there's number 1, there's number 2, and there's number 3. Now let's check the clock. It's currently 7:10 in the morning. So now we're going to come back in 2 hours and not touch these in any way, shape, or form and see how they're doing. It's now 10 after 9 in the morning, and to look at them, it doesn't look like much has happened so far. I'll show you the clock. So they've been sitting for about 2 hours, and for practical purposes, you can't see a whole lot of difference, I don't think. Now, in a little while, we'll go look at the originals, because we might be able to see a difference between then and now later. But it's only been 2 hours, and I didn't think there'd be a whole bunch of a difference in that much time. Even the 30% vinegar looks pretty identical to the way it looked at first. It's been a couple hours now, so let's get a little closer look. Let's see how it's going. Now it's already 11:30. We're almost 11:30. And to look at these, it doesn't look like anything's happening, but trust me, it is. This is the white vinegar, the plain old distilled store-bought vinegar. This is the cleaning vinegar, which is twice as strong, or maybe even more, maybe 3 times as strong. And this is the 30% vinegar, which is 30% acidic. Way stronger than the other ones. And if I look, I notice it does look a little bit cloudier. But we don't see a whole lot of progress from any of them yet. But that's okay. We just have to be patient. Trust me, something is happening. It doesn't look like it. And it's been, 4 or 5 hours now, but that's okay. Usually I let these things sit overnight and then do it twice. So we'll just be patient and let them sit. Okay, it's been 2 or 3 more hours. It's currently 2:45. And now you can see that the regular distilled vinegar, you can't really see anything yet, but we're being patient. The cleaning vinegar looks like it may have a slight tint to the water that I don't see in that, but the 30% vinegar has a distinct color of dirt in the water, and we don't know if it's taking paint off or it's cleaning rust. And you guys have got no idea how much this is killing me not touching these things. They've been sitting here for almost 8 hours now, and I haven't touched them in any way yet. Okay, I'm going to run my gloves for this because, well, this is just plain vinegar. This is 30% vinegar, is exceptionally acidic. So it'll be a little bit rough on your fingertips. And if we look at it, it's done a pretty good job. If you'd bounced some nuts and bolts around in there and done it the way you would have done a regular gas tank, you'd be pretty close to finished now. I'd probably run this one more day just for fun, but it looks pretty good. Now our cleaning vinegar, which you get on the cleaning aisle, you can see if you'd run some nuts and bolts through here, that also, here I go, let's put them on the edge. It also looks pretty good. It's cleaned it up, it's gotten most of the rust out of the middle, and it's gotten a lot of the valley. It's done a fair job. And now, our plain old salad vinegar. Let's rub it around. And I'm basically trying to imitate what the nuts and bolts would do, bouncing it around, just by giving it a quick rub with the gloves. It has also made a humongous difference in this piece. And remember, this was the worst piece. Would I go with the more expensive vinegar? Probably not. I'd probably go with the cleaning vinegar. And the reason for that is this is $22 a gallon. This is $4.95 a gallon at Walmart. And this is also $4.95 a gallon at Walmart. Of course, you find this one in the food section with your salad dressings and whatnot. You find this with your cleaning gear, you know, with the mops and all that hoo-ha. And you find this in the lawn and garden section. Okay, that was a pretty fun test. And it's fun to see what goes on inside a gas tank when you're soaking it in vinegar. So which one of these would you pick? Personally, I think the distilled vinegar is still a winner. If we'd had ball bearings inside it and we'd shaken them around and tried to get a little bit of action, it would have loosened up the rust a little bit and it would have looked better. It wouldn't have been ready today. I still would have needed 2 days, and that's pretty common. The cleaning vinegar did a really good job too. It might have done a slightly better job, and it's pretty much the same cost, but most people don't always have the cleaning vinegar on hand at home. If you're going to the store anyway, go to the mops aisle, you know, the mops and Lysol and all that whatnot, and get the cleaning vinegar, because it did do a little bit better job, but it still wasn't ready today. Now the 30% vinegar, it was close. It's definitely a better cleaner, but it's $22 a gallon as opposed to $5 a gallon for the other two. So for me, was it worth $22 a gallon? Not really. I still would have wanted to run that piece overnight one more time. And if I'm running them overnight one more time anyway, then it doesn't matter that it's ahead at the midway point, because none of them are ready right now, but they all will be tomorrow. So thanks for watching, and all you new people out there, go ahead and subscribe. And we'll see you next time with something fun.